We are a group of young people who are passionate about the climate and are delighted to be working with Waterbridge Tralee to bring the voices of young people on issues around climate change to the fore. I'd like to give a special welcome and thank you to Metropolitan Mayor Jody, who I'll pass you over to in just a moment. Another huge thank you to Member of European Parliament Grace O'Sullivan, who is our guest speaker tonight. Thank you to our councillors for attending, and thank you to all of our performers who signed up and are sure to put on a good show tonight. And finally, thank you to the audience for attending tonight. Now I'd like to pass you on to Metropolitan Mayor Jody to say a few words.
Hi everyone. I'm so thrilled to be here tonight. It's great to see the enthusiasm of the young folk. Okay, it's you're the future, it's your future, it's your world that's coming on down the line. Just to let you know, I retired from my job as a lecturer in mechanical and marine engineering just this week. So I'll be putting a bit more time into the climate effort, okay, in politics, okay, for the foreseeable future. My message tonight for you, if I could build on what we had the last meeting here as well. Climate change, as you know, it's massive, it's huge, it's affecting us, it's getting worse and worse and worse, and people are still not kind of living up to the fact that we're in trouble, we're in big trouble, and we have to do something really serious about it. We have to get some real serious, okay, in politics, in government, in the European Union, globally, the United Nations, really, other people where things really must change. I would just like a couple of things for you tonight because I've only got 3 minutes. One really important thing happened in Waterford this week that I was part of. I brought it to the council maybe 3 years ago. In Limerick, Limerick became the first breastfeeding city, friendly city in the country. All right, in 2019, 4 years ago. And I thought it was a really good idea. That we could do the same here in Waterford, and I'm glad to say my persistence came to the fore this week when we declared Waterford as to be a breastfeeding friendly city. And what that means is now with the council, we're going to go around and all businesses, all right, retailers, anywhere that anybody wants to breastfeed, it's going to be the norm, not an abnormal thing anymore. So hopefully it's going to get more and more catch on. And the reason why I'm bringing it here tonight is because with breastfeeding, if we can breastfeed more and more, we eliminate the formula, the baby formula that mothers need, okay, young kids need if they're not breastfeeding. Now, don't get me wrong, there are people who choose not to breastfeed, there are people who choose they can't breastfeed for all that reasons. So this has got nothing to do with the rights or wrongs of it. I'm just saying, if you do wish and promote to go down that road, that from a climate point of view, when we eliminate formula or reduce the amount of formula, we reduce agricultural emissions, we reduce transport emissions, and we use industrial emissions, because producing formula is very intensive from an energy point of view. I know that because in the last job I was in as an engineer surveyor, I was surveying a big energy plant in Ballyraggett, which is the biggest baby milk powder factory in Europe. Okay, that was part of the job. The other thing that I'm really excited about, and I hope to get more and more, because I am a propulsion engineer and I'm big into energy, because without energy the world stops, and my field was propelling major ships, okay, the biggest ships in the world, that's my industry, okay? But we have, right now, this year, for our government, the Minister of Transport, Eamon Ryan, the Green Party leader, has published the hydrogen strategy for Ireland going forward. And I think it's the most amazing document. If we can get into the hydrogen era, the sooner we get into that, we can eliminate almost all our problems as far as carbon and climate change is concerned, by reducing the amount of carbon that we do. So we'll have, I won't say free energy, but by using wind energy and solar energy, we can actually eliminate the total use of fossil fuels. It's so exciting, it's so grabbing, so grab onto it, and anybody going into school or secondary schools or college, right, do a little bit of science so you can really see the benefits of it. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll get out of here before I'm shut down. Thank you very much.
Thank again to the Mayor. Some great thoughts there. Now I'd like to welcome our guest speaker tonight, MEP Grace O'Sullivan. She has a long history both as an activist and politician fighting for the world we live in. We are big fans of your work and are sure you will share some interesting insights for us tonight.
Hi. I'm not as tall as Jody. So look, it's wonderful to see you all here tonight. It's really exciting for me being from Waterford and to see the initiative you've taken to gather and to talk about really important global issues. And then to, I suppose have a bit of fun and see what synergies, so what effect you can have here locally and nationally. And then we have the butterfly effect. You know, the butterfly effect, like, what's happening in one place, or domino effect, and how it goes on and ripples like a wave. So never underestimate the power and potential you all have as individuals in our community. That, every little action can really ripple outwards and have a global effect. I suppose Jody talks about the big ships and the engineering. My background's a little bit different. When I went away from Tremor out into the big world, I also went on ships with an organisation called Greenpeace. I suppose why at the age of 20 I ended up with this large global organisation was because of my absolute love for nature. I get a high from nature. I love it. I suppose for that reason I want to protect it. So I think when you love something, you really want to protect it. And I had that sense from a very young age, growing up in Tremor. So I loved swimming, and I loved splashing in the water, and I loved hanging around on the beach, and loved socialising and having the crack as well, But it was the beauty of the environment around me here in Waterford. Because in the old days, we didn't travel like younger people travel today. I was from a big family, and I think I went to Dublin I was in Dublin twice by the time I was 18, So it's kind of being aware of the environment around you, and finding what it is in you. So what makes you tick? What makes you feel cool and good? Like what gets you out of bed in the morning? And see, like we're all different, but see what it is that makes you tick. And find what it is that makes you love and feel love. And that love for the planet is what has encouraged me through the years to go through, as an environmental activist, coming back to Waterford many times when I was younger and talking about issues that, and trying to build awareness that people just weren't grasping. So today, the excitement for me and to see all of you here this evening is that you're aware. You're much more aware than I would have been about global issues when I was your age. So we have a great opportunity to join together as a force. We need everyone. Like Jody and I coming from ships and that, you need that all hands on deck approach. So, work with us. I'm a policy maker, I'm a legislator. I can explain things really simply to you, how things work in politics, how we legislate on microbeads, microplastics, on climate change, climate law. And do please use the opportunity to engage with us politicians. And even, you know, something simple like don't be afraid to reach out for a cuppa. Do you know, I'm out in Tremor a lot. Tomorrow morning I'll be coaching surfing at T-Bay to the little ones, you know. So reach out to us. And just before I finish, because I don't want to delay, I just want to say that if we have any chance of changing and turning about global warming and biodiversity decline, I genuinely feel the performing arts and those who feel the arts and the power of the arts and importance of the arts will be critically important. So that again, it's taking that everyone involved. So don't be overwhelmed by the scale of the problem. Maybe just step back, see what you can do, and never forget the power of one to create the ripples, get the rippling effect. And I know tonight, here, you will be creating the ripples in the music and all of the performing arts around you. And you know, I'd love to be here for the whole event. I won't, but you know, just remember we have everything to play for. We have everything. We have such opportunity. So you know, don't give up. Please, you know, I've been at this environmental activism for the best part of my life. And, you know, please, let's all stand together and work as hard as we can, not only to love and enjoy life, but also to protect all life, not only human, but biodiversity. So I say, go Waterford, go Youth Council, and let's work together. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you to our speakers, Metropolitan Mayor Jody and Member of European Parliament Grace O'Sullivan. If only everyone could love the environment and care as much as he did. A special thanks to you, the audience, and to all the performers for sharing equipment as well, and for being here, and to Lithium Lounge for letting us use their drum kit. We couldn't have done it without any of you, honestly. So just a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, the toilets are out the back door, to the right, and then another right. Sorry, I lost where I was. Yes, in case of an emergency, the exit is through the doors you came in and then to the right of the altar. I'd also like to point out that there's no smoking or vaping in the venue, so please just step outside to do so. At the back of the room, over there, we have a selfie frame with a whiteboard at the bottom, so feel free to write something and snap a photo. And don't forget to tag us on Instagram at Waterford. There's also a QR code to get your feedback on the evening, so we'd be delighted if you could scan and answer that. At the back, over there, we also have some drinks, so just feel free to get up and just help yourself to whatever. And beside that, there's a merch table, so be sure to pop over and pick up some Voices of Tomorrow pins. You might have got some already at the door. And there's just some other merch from some of the bands. Over here, there's like a creative wall with some questions and like a load of markers, so make sure you get a chance to pop over there and just scribble down your thoughts to those questions. And